Hey everyone, so I was on Reddit the other day and I mentioned that I have a Crown Victoria horn in my Ranger, and I had a bunch of people asking me, well, how'd you do that? And I'll show you. So here I have my stock Ranger horn. This is my 2011 Sport, and as far as I know, this should fit 2011 all the way back through 06 and maybe even earlier, I'm not sure. But so basically the two key components you need is you have this little 2-pin connector, this rounded rectangular shape. It's got 2 pins in the center and a little locking pin here thing on the side, and this bolt here on the back. Now some of them might have a mount with this bolt hole in it, and that's what the Crown Victoria has, and I'll show you that. But yeah, it's really simple, and this is just obviously, as you can see, a single note horn. So that's why when you have your Ranger, it just does the beep beep, the little weak sounding horn. And so here we are out at my Ranger, and as you can see inside there is the Crown Victoria horn, or horns, and it's just two of the exact same thing. And you might be wondering, well, if it's two horns, do I need two connections? No. Ford was very nice, and they had it so that it's just one system. You can see the wire going from one to the other, and those don't require any connection to each other, because over here you can see a little connection. That's the same rectangular connection that we had on our stock Ranger horn. And the mounting process is, both these horns, like I said, they're the exact same horns as the Ranger. They have the little mounting bolts on the back, and they both connect to this little mount thing, this little dual mount right here. And this dual mount is the exact same nut and bolt size as the stock Ranger horn mount, which is this little metal bit that comes out here. So you can just get the Crown Victoria horn, and they're... Ooh, there's a wasp there. Oh, get away. In Crown Victorias, you can find them at the junkyard all over the place. There's usually 1 or 2 or 10 there. Grand Marquis, Town Car. It should work with 03 to 11 because those are all pretty much the same. It doesn't have to be specifically a Police Interceptor or an LX or anything like that. It should all be the same horn. And you just take off the horn and leave on the dual mount thing here. And then it just bolts on the Crown Victoria. This bolts just right into the front firewall, I believe. I can't remember. It was a long time since I did this swap. But yeah, it just bolts right in there, and it sits a little forward. But as you can see, it's nice and sturdy on there. And so that is how you do a Crown Victoria horn swap on a Ranger. Here, I'll show you how it sounds. You can see that's a very, very strong horn. Nice big full-size car horn. Alright, thanks for watching. Hopefully this was informative, and have yourself a good day. You didn't think we were gonna end it there, did you? Let's go to the junkyard. So here we have a square body F-150. And as you can see, that is not the same kind of horn. I don't know if you can see it in there. No, it's kind of hard to tell, but it's got some kind of pin connector plug-in. It's hard to see with the battery tray here. But yeah, it's not the same kind of horn, so you can't get it out of one of these. So now this is getting a little confusing, because here we have a 97 to 03 F-150, and it has the same pins as the 92 to 96. But I was overlooking another one of these same gens, and it had the right pin connector, so this might have been something that changed mid-gen on the F-150, so watch out for that. Okay, so here we got a 97 to 03 F-150, and this one's got the honeycomb grill, so I think that means it's later in the production. And if so, that would confirm my theory that it was a mid-cycle change, because there is the proper horn. You can see the connection of the two horns there. So you can get these in F-150s. Here's another F-150. Same generation, and this one you can definitely tell that it's the same horns. You can see that 2-pin connector in there. Oh, I won't go into focus. But yeah, this is the same horn. I'm not sure what year this truck is. You guys can try and decipher that stamp. But yeah, there's your horn. Definitely get it out of an F-150. Well, it actually looks harder to get out of an F-150 than a Panther. So I'd recommend the Panther, actually. I'll go try and find one here. Okay, so here is the absolute easiest car to get this horn off of. This is a 03 to 11 Police Interceptor, and it is right there. Super easy. Now, when these things are new, they have a black plastic cover that goes over here. But usually when these things get any kind of police use or taxi use, they take these out because they're a pain in the ass to get off. So here you have your dual horn. And I had some people asking me, well, does it have to be a Police Interceptor? Can I get this off of just a regular Crown Vic? I don't know, because I was just talking to some guys, and they said that they had an LX, and their horn was mounted down here on one of these front cross beams, but on this, I guess it is the same as the LX, but yeah, it might just be mounted a little lower, but you never know what kind of radiator stuff or other things or covers might be in the way. So right now I'd say the best bet is a Police Interceptor, and you can usually find those at junkyards. They're all over the place. They made a million of them. Oh, Mercury Capri. So from what I can tell, it looks like sometime in 01, 2, 3, sometime in the early 2000s, around the time when they revamped the late 90s overchange of the Crown Victoria, they changed the horns from that old dual slip pin setup to the 2-pin connector. So if you're looking for one of these horns, my best bet would be to go to a junkyard and just look for, ooh, bunny, and just look for an early 2000s Ford, a full size. Like I said, it looks like your best bet is an F-150 or a Panther body, but I wasn't able to confirm that the Grand Marquis and the Town Car have the horn. But I mean, it's just Ford parts bin. I don't know why they would use a different horn when they used it on the F-150 and the Police Interceptor. So yeah, that looks like that would be the way to get a nice, aggressive, dual note horn for your Ford Ranger. The yard I visited today was Buck's Auto Parts, Sherwood Park, Alberta, just north of the Yellowhead on Culver Bar Road.